walking out. And season's greetings. We welcome you. My name is Tony Sanchez, along with El Chiva, Alejandro Villaseñor, to Mission Bay High School for some UPSL SoCal South Premier Division action between San Diego Internacional in the white versus Sporting SD. This is a playoff match here in Mission Bay as we're playing on a crisp, cool 61-degree day on a Saturday, 2 p.m., making sure we timestamp everybody. Este Internacional, a once UPSL champ of this same division a couple of years ago with this similar team, made it all the way into the play-in tournament. They are also involved in the play-in tournament, the Open Cup, the Lamar Hunt 2025 Open Cup tournament. That's going to be played in the spring. Essentially, Este Internacional may have a chance to play against Lionel Messi, is what I'm saying, Chiva, as we have our lineups here that we'll get to in a bit. It is a double date with fate this weekend. As we welcome Chiva next to me. How are you doing, bud?
How's it going, man? It's finally good to have the little cold, crisp weather. I don't know if you're more of a summer guy, but
Nope.
I like this weather. We got a shot here off target. Tony, we're talking about lineups. We do have the return of goalkeeper Evan Stoll.
So Evan Stoll, a hero last season for Este Internacional, stopping a couple of penalties in crucial playoff time, eventually leading into their next game, which was their elimination of the tournament in the UPSL. However, it's a pretty strong team. We see some familiar faces, but Evan Stoll is one of them back in net, the Wisconsin native. I'm pretty sure Papa Stoll will be in the chat, in the know. We hear it's a wedding season for Stoll and company, so congratulations to them. Hopefully we can say congratulations at the end of the 90 here, because in front of him is going to be Zach, number 3 in the right back. We have Tony in the center back position, along with Captain Brent Zuniga. That's number 2. You'll see him anytime that there is a ball in the air, as you see him passing right to his center back compatriot, El Brasileiro Neto, playing the left back position for Este Internacional in the white as a heads-up play, heads-up throwing opportunity here over on the right-hand side. A chance for a cross. A good deflection. It's going to be a Este Internacional ball. And in the midfield, as you saw that developing right there, you have Ernie in the 11, Connor in the 6, Kevin Capas, who's been having quite a season. There's a couple players, individual performance-wise, that have been doing fantastically in the UPSL SoCal division, putting Este Inter in prime position for another potential run at the championship. But again, it's going to be very difficult, as a corner is going to be happening over on the right-hand side for Este Inter. Chiva.
Yeah, Luke the Juke taking the corner kick here. Also, the return of Luke coming back from injury. It's always good to have him back. He's definitely a key piece in this offense. And you also have starting Mark Cruz Benitez. It's been a while since he started, but he's back in the starting lineup as well, Tony. Superstar, Mark Benitez.
And then you have number 19, Spencer, in the middle of the action, who's also been having a fantastic season. And, you know, it's always tough. And we say this just because we know the players themselves sometimes, but for the most part, a player at the level that you see here at Mission Bay High School in the UPSL is a pretty high athletic type of player that, you know, ultimately is part of a good system that has put this their team into playoff position. So congratulations there, right? What I'm saying is that these players aren't familiar with having to play back-to-back days, as the Internacional will be doing here in the next couple of hours. And that is, once again, because, as a good play here, que buena. See, a good idea there over on the left-hand side.
Yeah, Tony, you were saying, right, the players aren't used to having back-to-back games. Este Inter plays again tomorrow here at home for a qualifying game for the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
Absolutely. So a lot at stake. 2 home games here. This one, the playoff tournament, as a dangerous pass into the middle. You almost never want to see that from a defender.
Great job on Tony there, just clearing it out. Sometimes you want to see center backs trying to hero ball it and just kind of try to take on the defender there. Excellent textbook. Just clear it out. Dangerous ball there.
100%. And, what I'm saying is that, some of these players, they'll take a rest day tomorrow, but we know they probably have other teams, Sunday league teams, that they just go and have fun with, and the body's always working. So their bodies may be used to playing back-to-back days physically, but back-to-back playoff days is a completely different story.
Yeah, it is.
You're going to have 2 performances that are going to be almost, picture perfect. And so, talking with Coach Matt Palpalatok, and so we have an opportunity here for Sporting SD with a good dispossession. Window closing. Almost took a little bit too much time to figure out what they wanted to do, as this ball is going to travel out. Miscommunication. SD Inter and Sporting SD not really being concrete in their actions here in the earliest of single-digit time frames at Mission Bay High School. But
Tony, so notable mentions that are out for Inter this game is Danny Strokas. He's a player that, if Brent Zuniga's not there, I'd say Danny Strokas is the next captain up in line. So he's out. He'll be here tomorrow from what Coach Matty Palpalatok let me know, but huge loss for this game.
Yeah, and we're talking a lot about tomorrow, but again, what's in front of us right here is the 90 minutes against Sporting SD, who, have themselves made it into the playoff scene. And looking at the bracket here for the SoCal South 2024 fall tournament, you have this side with SD Internacional, Sporting San Diego. On the other, you have Rebels SC and Atletico Elite FC, with City SC San Diego and Eastlake Soccer waiting the winners of these. So, just to take a look into this last season, as Brent Zuniga involved there in a defensive effort. Good clearance. It looks like este está bien parado ahorita. Like, they have a good backing of what they want to do. It's not working out so far. Sporting look like they're just trying to figure themselves out into this game.
Sporting, last time they played San Diego Inter earlier in the season, Inter won 7-0. So,
yeah,
I mean, if you're coming in and you're being Sporting in this playoff, you're kind of taking this on a very safe way as well. You're not risking too much. You're trying to avoid mistakes, and you're trying to take advantage of any opportunity that is given. Again, this is a tough match for Sporting, but not impossible.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, if you're, Sporting San Diego and you watch San Diego Punto Futbol, the outlet that has a very long throw, and that's going to be a weapon later in this match. A chance here for Sporting SD as a clearance goes to the high heavens as the return of the nest has come back here, the famous light pole with Birdie the Bird up there. Literally, we see the construction of a nest on a yearly basis. Best seat in the house. Here's an opportunity here. Rayleigh moving forward. In between space, a good, powerful pass here. Trying to shield the ball. No foul, says the hat-wearing referee, if I'm not mistaken. To move, as Brent Zuniga is going to get some pressure here. Ball goes all the way back to Stoll. Stoll's distribution. A little bit lacking there. It's a two-parted effort there. At the end of the day, Evan could have taken a little bit more time, looked over to the right-hand side, put a little bit more power onto that. At the same time, don't wait for the ball. Go. If you see that you're going to get pressure, move forward to the ball. Lack of communication leads to a set piece here for Sporting SD.
And you see Mark earlier right now just talking to the fourth officials, pleading for the foul that was on the other side of the field. At the end of the day, you got to move on and you got to focus on this play. This is a dangerous play for Sporting San Diego.
Sporting SD in the black uniforms. Hand goes up by the number 10 captain as a curling effort finds the fists of Evan Stoll. It's going to be a corner kick. And now, as we look over, first of all, you got to defend well. We've seen instances where SD Inter have just let the ball drop in the middle of the penalty area this season. They have gotten better in general, but if they're able to clear this out, watch out for the counterattacks for SD Internacional. SD Internacional, your local UPSL team, as we like to say, your partner's favorite soccer team, as a corner kick comes in right into the heart of the area that misses.
Very close, Tony. That was very close. And that's exactly what you were talking about. They let the ball fall in the middle. They don't try to attack it in the corner kicks, and sometimes it does come back, and, you know, it cost them a couple times. But, again, like, that strategy has also paid off with those counterattacks, so be ready to see those later in this game.
Yeah, let them make the mistake or not, but at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you get to that ball. You have to make sure that that's not a goal at all.
Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this one of the maybe 2 games in the afternoon we've ever done for San Diego Internacional?
I remember the other one being the 5 red card game.
Yeah.
With White Tigers versus San Diego Internacional. An absolute classic, as some quick-paced throw-in action here. Opening now on the right-hand side. Good opportunity here. And that may look to be a foul. That is going to be a foul. And a set-piece effort. And now a chance for SD Internacional to get one back. And
you have Kevin Capas lining up to take this.
Yeah,
in the words of Coach Matty, it'll either be a banger or it'll be a field goal. No in between there.
No in between there.
Kevin Capas does have a nasty shot, Tony, so be ready to see something special here maybe.
Kevin A. Capas, 6 goals in the season for SD Internacional so far. Spencer Hoyle, actually, striker extraordinaire with 9. Luke Rayleigh, just a prolific attack. Probably the most spread out goals so far. Here comes a chance. What a great stop by the goalkeeper there. Ball goes out. Corner kick. SD Inter.
Great shot from Kevin Capas going for the second post on the right-hand side of the goalkeeper. Great shot, great block, and now a chance for Internacional in this corner kick.
I want to welcome everybody who is watching as
another flyover, Tony.
As the flyover is a little bit delayed for us, as a corner kick for SD Inter gets cleared with a header. Goalkeeper asking his defenders to come on out. Quick throw there. Good strategy. Now trying to go in between 2 players. It's going to be another throw-in for SD Internacional. We want to apologize to the viewers at home for the visual impediment that you see close to the 50-yard line. Production came in later, little bit later, and decided that would be the appropriate place to put it. Chiva, you stopped me from pleading for at least to be lined up with the 50. Ergo, we have that eyesore.
I absolutely did. I mean, just let it be, Tony. Just let it be.
On the same batty time, well, not same batty time, tomorrow, same batty time, same batty channel, as Adam West would say, back in the early Batman days, actually. You'll see a game completely produced once again from San Diego Football of the Lamar Hunt play-in tournament, where SD Internacional will play against Chula Vista FC. The winners will go into the proper tournament for glory in the oldest soccer tournament in the world. Here comes a chance for SD Inter to move numbers forward, move numbers across. A through ball. Referee says play on. And referee also says nothing there. Pass clearance there by Captain Zuniga. Good dispossession in between 2. That's going to be a foul.
Falta del Zorrillo.
Oh, see, no, El Zorrillo Torres as a shot here. An idea. At least you made it on target. I'll give you that. You know, at least they made it on target. That would have gone in.
That counts
in
as
theory,
a shot on target
that
on the stat book.
As a shot.
Tony, capacity crowd here at Mission Bay High School.
You cannot fit a soul. Once again, those away seats are condemned. That's why there's nobody there. That's a fantastic idea for a through ball there. Pay your $8, or if you're part of the San Diego Independent Supporters Union tomorrow, you can probably get in for free if you show your support and say, hey, I'm part of the Independent Supporters Union here in San Diego, supporting soccer in San Diego. We'll see how that is. Come practice. Bring your drums. San Diego's in the name for San Diego Inter, so I mean it just makes perfect sense. San Diego FC starting here in February, the MLS team, which maybe one of these players may be discovered. He's one of these young lads. No, just kidding. Right to Dream is a little bit too out of their reach, but you never know. You never know.
You never know.
Top goal scorers for San Diego Inter, following number 6 goals from Kevin Capas. Lucas Diaz with 4, tied also with Garrick Haney. As a chance here, goalkeeper out of position, and a great double-handed effort there. Clean that up very well. Now a chance to counterattack here for Sporting SD. Referee says no foul. A little bit of an arm there on the 11. Waiting for some friends, waiting for some help, changing the landscape. Also at Paca. And that's going to be, unfortunately, stopped by a handball interference. That looked like a good play building up there.
It did, and unfortunately, the handball just kind of kills all momentum that Sporting had there. Yeah, it was an interesting chance for San Diego Inter. They're usually very good on being able to finish, though, so I'm a little surprised that it didn't end in a goal, Tony.
High pressure all game from Sporting SD, as a mistake after mistake after mistake leads to what's happening right here, that Brent Zuniga has to come in and clean with a rather clean sliding tackle of his own. That's why he's the captain.
Yeah, great tackle from Brent Zuniga, and it's get used to it. If you're Sporting SD, right, you're more than likely going to be facing Brent more than that one time on the ground and on the air.
Yeah, if you're doing scouting, if you're Chula Vista, if you're Chula Vista FC and you're not watching, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I don't know how much you really want it tomorrow. But if you are, hey, congratulations, subscribe. San Diego Football. San Diego's #1 soccer outlet. We will be having Coach Mikey Varas and Sporting Director for San Diego FC, Tyler Heaps, coming up at the turn of the month. We'll also be having Darren Smith on tomorrow, or excuse me, on Monday. Pencil in Darren Smith for an episode of Two Balls at a Mic every Monday on this channel. Two Balls at a Mic, as a shot from long distance lands in the hands of the goalkeeper. Oh, watch out there. Coach Matt Palatalk, head coach, getting instructions there from the incomparable, the dominant, the president.
Happy belated birthday.
The birthday man, Coach Alex.
I want to give a birthday shout out to a very loyal listener that we have, Carl. Happy birthday, Carl.
Happy birthday, Carl. Tony Hawk's got nothing on you.
No, he does not. Tony here with the ball.
Tony. Fantastic.
¿Le ganas?
Group. Do I beat this Tony?
Yeah, this Tony. Are you better?
I mean, I'm a goalkeeper. I don't
Great dummy here.
Qué buena idea. Aquí viene San Diego Internacional con un centro. Buscando and a post. Save Sporting and a shot wide for a goal kick. That's the best piece of action we've seen so far in this matchup for either team. That's the Internacional. Un tubo away from it being 1-0. Moving into the 20th minute of the first half. A goal kick is brought to you in part by PB European Import and Imports. If you need any sort of work done on your vehicle in the Pacific Beach or Greater San Diego area, check out PB European Imports. Say what's up to Coach Alex for us. It's PB European and Imports. 1885 Garnet Avenue. PB European Imports.
Some action in this game, Tony, but nothing too scary from either side, really. I mean, the closest chance, the one we just saw from Mark Benito, hitting a header on the post. But other than that, it's been a pretty boring game so far, Tony, if I say so that way.
I'll tell you this much. I've seen worse. I've definitely
Absolutely.
witnessed worse.
You're right about that.
Here. Mission Bay High School.
We got a player injured. Neto, Brasileiro Neto, getting back up already. Ref stopped the game.
And let me tell you right now again, it's the last thing you need. It's the last thing you need. It's the last thing you want. If you're San Diego Internacional, an injury today, I mean, at any time really, but especially today. You know, talking with a good pass here, misjudgment, and that's going to be a goal for SD Internacional. A miscalculation there by the defense and the goalkeeper. That's going to make it 1-0 SD Inter. Doing the hard part is actually finishing. We've definitely seen plenty of goals go wide in that chance, that effort, but a measured, weighted effort there. Goal 1-0, San Diego Internacional.
We'll get back to you on who scored their goal. Not too sure if it was Luke the Juke Rayleigh and an assist from Neto there. But we'll confirm that over and let you all know.
What is for certain is that SD Inter now lead 1-0. 23 minutes into the first half.
And one thing about San Diego Inter, Tony, once they get on the scoreboard, they kind of get out of their heads, and then they start scoring more goals.
And that's until the second half where they completely forget about scoring goals and probably let the other team have a chance just because they're good pals like that. And hopefully this is not that case. They can take care of business. Like I said, prior to that, actually, mentioning I was talking with president and coach alike, preparing for this matchup today, and just talking about how in this weekend, yes, you have to win today. If you don't win today, you're eliminated. You're out. You're out of the tournament. It's an important game in your league. As a good dispossession there, almost. SD Inter's lucky there. Good read, good give and go. But that one's going to go out for a throw-in. There's two halves. There's four halves this weekend. In the next 48 hours, there's two halves of soccer that's going to be played for SD Internacional. Two here today, and two tomorrow. Each of them potentially going to extra time. Right? The most important half, for sure, there's two, is tomorrow's Open Cup. As a cross here, did it get touched? It did get touched. It's going to be a corner for Inter.
And the referee and the goalkeeper looks a little confused, saying, "I didn't touch that."
Honestly, you have to say that. I didn't touch it.
Yeah.
But then it's kind of hard because it's like, no, but I did touch it.
It's kind of
Because
hard.
that was in my mind. That was great. Like
The ref has a hat, so
Yeah.
he knows.
yeah,
He can see
no.
everything.
I don't think I've ever been wrong by a referee in a hat.
No, they can see everything so clearly.
Like it's eagle-eyed, it's a nice shade.
Corner kick here from Kevin Capas. Deflected by the defense.
Very SPF conscious. And a chance here, if the ball stays in, that could have been an opportunity for something interesting to happen on the counter. But two important halves. Second half of tomorrow's game, Because, yeah, you can play absolutely atrocious in the first half tomorrow, but if you play out of your mind in the second and you come back from a 4-0 deficit and you move on, that's all that you really matter. That's all I really care for. Then it's the first half here. Because you're talking about a chance as Sporting dispossesses here now 2-on-1, trying to go in between two players, not necessarily conducive to a good time. There's going to be a foul called. But the first half here, if you are at Inter, you're trying to put this one to bed, put this one to rest, something that I don't think this game is at all right now. But just get this game, move on, play it efficiently, get some goals on the board first half, rotate some players, get them ready for tomorrow because you're going to need them. Prevent injuries. It's not an easy task for Coach Pal talk there. As this ball's going to travel out a little bit too long, throw in for Sporting ST.
So at the end of the day, right, you have to prioritize one of them, but which one you prioritize is the question. And I mean, again, this is the tournament, this is the season that gets you into the tournament that you're playing in tomorrow. So both are equally important in a way, but I mean, I would, if I was a coach, gladly, thankfully I'm not in that position, Tony, I would be prioritizing the U.S. Open Cup match.
100% has a chance here. That's going to be a foul, hard foul there. I'm going to see if referee's going to adjust his hat in a disapproving manner of that challenge. Having a little chat, saying, look at me, look at my eyes, look at my hat. We're all in understanding. Don't do that again. Shout out to Edwin the Great. Vamos America, dice. America is not in the UPSL nor in the Open Cup tournament.
You have Brian Paupalo talking in the chat, Tony?
All the way in the Philippines. Well, ¿dónde está?
I think so.
Well,
Saying vamos.
he's saying vamos.
Vamos.
Says vamos. Yes, the Inter now with the ball. We've seen more on the offensive side. The goalkeeper for Sporting be tested more than Evan Stoll so far in this half. So just kind of continue on that pace. Elevate the intensity maybe. You can land yourself a goal. Double the lead as an opportunity here. Good intervention by the goalkeeper for Sporting, doing very well, coming out. I've liked what I've seen so far outside of that decision that led to the goal. "30 minutes in the first half." A great pass there. Attempt to cut through the midfield, gets stopped there, and a foul. And that's going to be one too many. It's going to be a yellow card. First yellow card of the game.
Yeah, I just told him like 2 minutes ago. I was like, hey, you do one more and I'm going to have to book you.
Yeah, he looked at him straight into the hat and said, nope, not taking your advice today. Putting myself in the book early on. First booking, 30th minute. And in matches like these, it's do or die sometimes. So if this leads you to now be in a situation where you can't give it your all because you're on a yellow card, it's going to be interesting. Here comes a chance into the middle. There was nobody there. There was plenty of teammates in the box except for where that cross actually went. So
yeah, it's one of those
gotta do better
situations where you got to make sure you do look into where you're passing the ball. There are definitely options there inside the box, and fortunately it's going to be a corner kick for San Diego Internacional. Kevin Capas, the designated corner taker.
Corner kicks brought to you in part by San Diego Punto Fútbol, San Diego's #1 soccer outlet. Cross comes in corner. It's going to lead to a recentro. Goalkeeper traps that, boots it all the way up, trying to create a counterattacking situation. It's a trip up here. Looks like the Inter player got the worst of that. I mean, for the viewers at home, it is in fact not basketball. It was a tie-up. It's unfortunate. Both players could have ended in similar situations there. Unfortunately, one of them does. As we'll go into a pseudo hydration break. As we continue on here, the update is the Brazilian Neto seems to have gone into the blue tent. Can't afford the blue tent, so it's just a table. But yeah, he is substituted out.
Well, I mean, I don't think they've subbed anyone in yet, Tony. I think he's still testing it out. They're doing a concussion protocol on him to see if he'll be fine to come back in.
Okay.
At least that's what it looks like. It's happening on the sidelines right now. It's going to be a corner kick right now for San Diego Internacional.
San Diego Inter, one man down currently, have the favor. There is warm-ups happening.
So what happened on that trip up is he landed on his head.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, you know, you got to be careful with those things. Head injuries are no joke.
Yeah.
We have the corner kick here for San Diego Inter. A little too much.
Nobody home, nobody there.
A little too much sauce in those tacos.
All the way to, man, there's something that, like, I've always not been a fan of. It's just a wasted opportunity. Like a corner, like if a corner lands and the play ends up with a goalkeeper, there's nothing that irritates me more in soccer. It doesn't make any sense.
Looks like Neto is going to be coming back in, Tony.
Speaking with the fourth official. Throwing some water. And here you see, right, because now you have to adjust on defense. Neto being really good defender, really good on the ball, but having to adjust for a quick second. As he's still being prepared on the sidelines. Great attention to detail here. And here comes Brent Zuniga bravely just coming out like a lion, like an absolute champion. No call there. Referee says play on. Here comes a shot from outside. It's going to be a goal kick here. Yes, things, as you mentioned, Chiba, like there's something in the air today. The other day game for San Diego Internacional yielded 5 red cards for the team playing against SD Inter. I'm never going to forget that. We had just seen something great in soccer live recently that we were just like, wow, that was great. And then the next day we saw that and we said, wow, I've never seen that. I remember having that conversation with you. As a great sliding tackle there. Any contact, and it's a yellow card, but you know what? Great job there on that sliding effort. Now, as the Inter have to move defensive numbers, Zuniga to the ground. And it's that high pressure once again. There's been a lot of time to recover and get a breath, and some of these players that are quick and electric, that's all they need. That's all they need.
Maybe a goal kick here for San Diego Inter.
Missed opportunity there. Still looking over to Neto. I just said Chiva, yeah, he is prepared. He is going to be wearing some sort of...
I think he was bleeding from his nose, Tony. So he's wearing like a bandage on his nose.
Absolutely. Great medical work here. ¿Cómo se llama el patrocinador? Neurogen?
Neurogena?
Season's greetings. SD Inter is back at full strength, back at 11. For a couple instances there.
Yeah, try it out with Neto, right? I mean, if he's looks a little wobbly or just doesn't seem like he's all of there, you might want to consider subbing him out. Great clearance here.
I was about to say, if that was Neto, like, hey, man, tranquilo. Maybe not with the head for the next, 5 minutes.
That's what you get with Neto.
It's the intensity.
Great switch here.
Good job.
Good job.
Sometimes that's all players need to hear. Good job. Like, great job. You could not have passed that better. It's your teammate who could have controlled that better. It's your,
Tony, I mean, San Diego Inter's intensity just kind of slowed down a bit as well. I know you're trying to also play cautiously, but you're only up 1-0.
And if that's the pace that they want to play, they want to keep a steady beat throughout. And, almost, I don't even want to, say just in any sort of disrespect, because, again, this game could turn out in every which way with the 1-0 here. But if they want to just have this as a high-intensity preparation match for tomorrow, sure. And with all that said, like, you still need to win today. Whether that's 1-0, 2-0, 5-0, or you lose. Like, that's just going to depend on today and today's effort and making sure you secure that first as a fantastic defensive stand there. Could have learned from that defensive stand and just left it at that. Defenders being a little bit brave. As Zuniga gets touched up here. Referee's going to let that go for advantage, hopefully. It's a cross into the box. Clearance. Here comes Ernie. Ernie utilizing that big frame. Connor. Connor turns. That ball was threaded beautifully, but couldn't be controlled. Brent calling his own name like a Pokemon.
It's the best thing ever here. Brent just call his own name and winning the ball.
Yeah, he just knows. Like, he's mostly telling everybody else. Want to remind everybody who's watching, if you're in the area, want to watch some Open Cup action, support your local teams. Tomorrow, 6 p.m., Mission Bay High School, Lamar Hunt Open Cup Tournament. SD Inter against Chula Vista FC. $8 at the gate, free if you show your supporters card. I believe it's the Chant app where they have all that set up. If you're a supporter from SDFC, come on down. Bring your drums. That almost turned into something, but fortunately for Sporting SD, it did not. We'll see how Sporting SD want to drive these next couple of minutes. I think it's really going to depend on them. Because I think SD Inter will just match what they see. They still have to play the match. Just go through it. And I don't think there's any hurry for SD Inter to go ahead and really put that much pressure.
And Inter really relying on the long ball right now, trying to catch the defense off guard again. And maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but it's not the same Inter we're used to seeing.
Kevin getting a little bit of a tangle up there. Yeah, just you throw that big frame around. Zuniga. Connor.
And again, you're up 1-0. If you're Sporting San Diego, you should be high pressing here. You're trying to get one back, as the Inter could just pass the ball around and let the clock run out too.
There's a whole other half left of action. A good 1-2 here. The finds
great move from Brandt.
Strong. Que bonita. The ball does not stay in. That was a great idea. Great triangulation in transition. What a great technical term. A transitional triangle.
And the pettiness from Neto, just kicking the ball a little farther out.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. That was a complete accident. Nope, absolutely not. That's no shenanigans here. Ball goes up in the air. No foul called. A little bit of a push, a little bit of a shove. Quickly looking up. Good chance here. SD Inter with the cross. Now with some space, Sporting, if they want it, could have moved a little bit quicker. Instead, they wait for numbers to come back up.
I think the big difference also between San Diego Inter and Sporting is Sporting doesn't have that one player that can just change the game for them. I mean, if you're Inter, you have Luke. You have Luke Riley, you have Mark Benitez, you have Kevin Capas that can instantly change the game. I haven't seen that so far from Sporting San Diego.
Maybe they haven't got an opportunity. To SD Inter's credit, they have been playing very well defensively in open play. And again, as well, it's not necessarily seeing Sporting's playing, making it all the way to the last third anyways, as we see there.
The 45 minutes of the first half, Tony. Everything else here is out of time from the referee. We did have some time due to injuries. So we'll see. Maybe another minute added.
It'd be interesting if Inter was to do something here in the last couple of moments of the first half, as Mark Benito gets wrestled down. No foul there. Referee right on top of it. Here's a chance on the right-hand side and a low-driven shot cross.
Look, the Duke Riley with a miss there. He doesn't miss those very often, Tony, so I'm a little surprised. Maybe it's the little rustiness coming back off injury. Normally, we see him putting those in the back of the net.
Rayleigh. Catch him on Rayleigh TV.
Go ahead, give him a subscribe, give him a follow.
The Adventures of Rayleigh TV. Good guys. Had him on the show a couple times, a couple weeks ago. As we see pressure here, the aforementioned that absolutely works. Here comes a turn outside of the box. Quick pressure. Turn. And not getting exactly what they needed off of that cross. Cross was a little bit behind El Remate, but ultimately, goal kick. Internacional. It looks like referee's going to give 2 more minutes. Let us watch. Yep. Says, all right. Doing the math. All right. There was that injury. Not a UV heavy day. For me to say warrants a hat visor setup. But you know what? The referee has made a choice of his today is to be like the great and powerful Miguel Calero.
Great goalkeeper. En paz descanse.
Again, that long throw is an absolute weapon. Whichever way you see it, if anything exists in the last third, it's going to be practically a corner kick. Good overlay here. Moving through a couple players, moving, bobbing, weaving, shooting into the hands of the goalkeeper. And that's going to be the end of the first half here at Mission Bay High School. San Diego Internacional 1, Sporting SD 0. We'll be back with the second half of action. Season's greetings as we welcome you back into the second half of action of the UPSL SoCal South Premier Division playoff series between San Diego Internacional and Sporting SD, where Sporting SD currently trails the home team in white at SD Internacional 1-0. My name is Tony Sanchez, along with Alejandro El Chiva Villaseñor, part of San Diego Football's coverage of everything soccer in San Diego, from the UPSL to the MLS. Better than the rest, I guess.
Tony, I do believe we had a substitution from San Diego Internacional. Number 7, Luke the Duke Rayleigh came out, and number 16, Garrett came on.
Not a bad substitution there in terms of the level of talent that you're taking one in and one out from. And we do have, from Michigan, John Stoll. Hey, Papa John.
We also had Neto coming out. We had number 19. They didn't get a name for all the bench players from Coach Matty this time, but
El 19, vato.
el 19 entró.
Ahorita le ponemos un apodo, vato. This is the playoff match between San Diego Internacional FC. Didn't know they had FC in the name until right now. Wait, no, they do. Okay, that makes sense.
Inter?
Yeah.
Yes, San Diego Internacional Soccer Club.
Football Club.
Oh, FC.
Yeah. Doing coverage.
104.5. En un partido sin ganas. But so far, Inter still in the lead. You need something special from Mark here now, and that's a foul.
That is a foul here against one of the most sought-after commodities in the UPSL SoCal South Premier Division. San Diego Internacional coming in with 7 wins, 3 losses, total of 43 goals compared to the 29 goals of their rivals Sporting SD scored in the regular season. Now moving into the playoff picture. The winner of this match will face off against East Lake Soccer League, ESL, where a lot of talent has been poured into as of recently. Such names as Jordan Chavez, USL Championship legend for the San Diego Loyal. Part of that team. Also part of the now defunct
Fuego FC?
Fuego Sail in Fresno. I guess also in USL Championship news.
Memphis,
rest in peace.
Yep.
Santa Barbara is now the home of a USL Championship team. Where maybe,
I think Santa Barbara's going to have a USL League 1, right, to start, and then it's going to go up to championship. ¿Quién sabe?
That's a good idea here to switch to the left-hand side.
Wow, what a save from the defender. That was
clean.
It was good, but very dangerous. I would be so upset if I was a coach.
Very, very risky. Risky business. Fantastic film. Sporting now also trying to move numbers up and dictate some attack for once in this matchup, going through 1, 2, 3 players. A shot that gets blocked and deflected. It is going to be a corner kick for the team in black. Sporting SD. Corner kick here that nobody seems to have made contact with. It is going to be a goal kick for the returning Evan Stoll. Part of San Diego Internacional's storied 12-year history in the region. Been here before and after so many professional teams. 1904, Albion SC.
Or Where does Evan Stoll rank amongst goalkeepers that have played for San Diego Internacional?
I mean, he's grown the most. Remember, they had the great Tim, the Netherlands Neanderthal. In net. Evan came in, and he's learned a couple things. He's gotten better as a foul here, strong foul.
I'll tell you what, his goal kicks have definitely gotten better.
His distribution definitely something, an aspect he's been wanting to work on. Aquí viene Zorrillo. Oh, no lo haga Zorrillo. He's having a discussion. Does not agree with what's happening on top.
I like this referee, Tony. Setting the tone, saying no more. Not going to take any more of those shenanigans.
Again, you have the power to do that as a referee once you take the brave decision to wear a hat.
100%.
It really just sets the precedent of I am me, I set the law, I execute the law.
Great ball here for Kevin.
Type of referee that'll say, well, there's not a rule that it says a dog can't play soccer. As a cross comes in here, SD Inter looking to double their lead. Ball gets ricocheted, deflected in, trying to be cleared here. Ball's going to travel out. It's going to be a ball for SD Inter in the white. Top scorers for Sporting San Diego, who come in with a 500 record, 5 wins, 5 losses, 29 goals in the regular season. Bad pass here. Bit of pinball action in the midfield. El Zorrillo Tamaulipano. Good idea. Pass just not getting there at the end. Sporting SD have some goal scorers of their own. Jacob T. Fuson, El Fuson, forward with 10 goals. Spencer Palmer listed as having 8 goals. Reed Petrie. And then everybody else is 2 or below. Just kind of a little bit of a sprinkle to make up the 29 goals in this season for Sporting SD.
That was a good idea, but not the best pass over to Connor.
Sporting SD, as you're saying, their home is Helix High School. Last time these two teams met, like you said, Chiva, 7-0 SD Inter cruised by, but there's so many different circumstances that happen. A great standing tackle by Brent Zuniga, just being patient there. Now a subsequent foul in favor of Inter. But then they bounced back. They came back and beat Southwest SC 4-0. And from then on, they decided to keep on winning. They did not lose a match after losing 7-0. Unless I'm reading that backwards. Yes, I am. Reading it backwards. They started really well. Started really well in the season. And then were thumped by SD Inter. Shattering dreams. Got some contact there. Not enough for the referee to say that's a foul. But that's going to be a throw-in. And we're going to see a couple of substitutions. I do believe Pedri is going to be coming in. Three substitutions coming up, one of which just happened. 2 players waiting in the wings. It's long throwing once again from everywhere and anywhere. Putting the defenders for SD Inter in some trouble, having him make a decision.
Looks like the ref could have given a foul there. There was a tug that happened over to Kevin Capas.
A dummy opportunity there. We've seen a successful one in the first half, an unsuccessful one in the second.
Marquez space is dangerous here.
Cruz. Here comes Cruz. Cruz against the world. He sees 5. And he sees an overlay pass that hits the post of the uprights. It's going to be a goal kick. As the additional 2 substitutions for Sporting SD will be coming on.
Did have number 2 coming out for SD Sporting San Diego. He was the player that was booked in the first half, Tony, so no more yellow cards on the field right now.
A clean slate. Once again, juego limpio. Comex, pinta tu raya. And a hopeful attempt here to Evan Stoles.
Not the best pass from Ernie there over to Evan Stoll.
Yeah.
Had a little too much power, too much curve over for a goalkeeper to try to control. And lucky enough, there were no Sporting players in the area.
Lucky enough, it wasn't on target.
That's also very true.
Let's have a conversation and tidy some of that up. As a corner comes here. Anything can happen. Tie this game. Cross. Looking for the second post. Connection. Stoll. Grabbing it up from Evans. And here comes Stoll with that distribution quality that he's worked so hard on. And it's going to be a little bit too long there. Throw in. Long throw in. That's something that needs to be practiced. I feel like more players should be able to do pinpoint long throw-ins. There's no excuse not to.
It's a weapon when you have it. Great play here from San Diego Internacional.
Putting the body on the line, moving into the space. 1, 2 players. Here comes a shot! And then the referee says that is a corner. That is a beautiful stop. 1v1.
Mark shaking his head. He knows he should have had that one, Tony. And Coach Matty Palpalozak also a little furious on that. Should have scored that and capitalized on those. Gone up by 2 now. Again, those counterattacks you were talking about in the first half, Tony, that just happened so quickly. We are going to have substitutions for San Diego Inter. It looks like Sandro's gearing up to get ready to come in.
The Frenchman going to add some flair in that section.
Great header here, a little over the post.
It wasn't a great header. Got it. Yeah. You called it right there. Number 18 for SD Internacional.
It's going to be Kevin Capas coming off. Great shift from the player. But again, I feel like this is a move from Coach Matty, saving players for tomorrow as well. Kevin Capas usually puts on a 90-minute shift. Space is there for Garrett.
Garrett had time.
Spencer didn't find him. Now finds Garrett. Great switch from Connor.
Look at the chance stepping inside. Looking into the small box. Still maintaining possession. Good clearance there. It's going to be a throw-in. SD Inter. More on the attacking side now. Don't want to alarm anybody. That player is just warming up on the floor. Good pass with the chest. Oh, que finta!
It's not like Sandro to miss like that either. Tony, that player on the field, on the sideline that's stretching, that's Luke the Juke greatly.
Yeah, making
Some
sure he's
respect
getting
on his
his
name.
calisthenic work in post-game. Make sure the body is the tempo that it is. And keeping it close. SD Inter, much like Sporting SD, playing their game, going about it. You're not too concerned if you're Sporting. You still have plenty of time. You just need
Another long throw in.
one mistake from Inter. And there's been a couple of instances where Inter, just like that, give possession away. But typically what happens is, yeah, the defense kind of comes in, cleans it out. It's going to be called a foul.
A foul close to the corner.
So now it's pretty much a shorter, modified corner kick. A 7-a-side corner kick. Cross comes in, second post, nobody there. Hands go up asking for a goal kick, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Goal kick for your partner's favorite soccer team, San Diego Internacional. Internacional. Some pressure here on Stoll.
Oh, Conca Johnny.
Got Pedrito Golomar in the chat. Dale Inter as well.
¿Ontas? ¿Ontas, Pedrito?
What about Fabio with the flowing golden locks? John Stoll says earlier. Absolutely. Can't forget about when Fabio. This is going to be.
We're going to have Connor, number 6, coming out for San Diego Inter. Another player that usually plays the whole game. Can only assume Coach Matty's definitely trying to preserve his players now.
And make sure you rotate that bench. Make sure that everybody's ready to go for tomorrow. But again, the most important game today is this one right now. Cannot get overconfident. Can't get too comfortable with the 1-0. As Inter's going to try to double their lead here. Kicking it back out, looking for Sandro. Good 1-2. Running into a player. No call for a foul there. It seemed like it was an obstruction there. Doesn't get called as much anymore.
You hear Matty asking the fourth ref, how is that not a foul, ref?
And the fourth ref saying, well, I'm not the one there. What you looking at me for?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if fourth referees actually say that?
Like, what are you getting at me for? And Coach Matty is explaining right now. Coach Matt's like, no, it went like this. He's like, no, I understand, but I don't have the whistle. I wasn't handed the whistle today.
That is great.
It's like, okay. I was going to speak to his linesman. And that is the end of that. Riveting stuff here on San Diego Football, San Diego's #1 soccer outlet for all your soccer needs in San Diego. As a counterattack, look here as a fantastic sliding tackle. Cuts all momentum there, but again, give Sporting some space for a counter, and it's not going to be happy times if you're Inter. Going to have to suffer a little bit. And much like you have players who are subbing out, some of the players in defense that aren't subbing are going to have to endure some of their most difficult minutes coming up.
Long throwing tactic over here again.
Into the box, creating some chaos. Bodies hit the floor. Evan Stoll keeps that ball in bounds. No, he does not.
Gonna have a corner kick.
Corner coming in, making contact. Ball goes parallel to the goal line. Turns out it is perpendicular. Did you know that all parallel lines at some point become perpendicular, Chiva?
I did not know that. You learn something new every day. It's anyway, Inter just kind of playing it short. That hasn't been their style lately in this game. And Ernie says, we're not having none of that. Let me clear it out, play it safe.
That was definitely a choice, as a choice is also being made. Coach Pal Palatalk for another substitution. And again, whoever comes in has to make sure to, one, make sure that
I believe this is Ollie coming on.
Ollie's coming on.
Number
Great
17.
player.
Scored a brace last time we covered San Diego Internacional.
And I think, again, like, it's not necessarily scoring another goal and making sure you do that. It's making sure that you don't get scored on right now. That should be priority number one. Priority number two is score. You extend your lead, and even if you get scored, that's a long throw, and it's just absolutely lethal. It's just a matter of time. It takes one. It takes one of those chances to go in to make this a long day and an even longer weekend for SD Inter and company. Evan Stoll gonna take on this goal kick as we have to mute there because of the chant here at Mission Bay High School. I want to apologize for those at home. Zuniga facing some pressure now. And again, now you're going to see some of this youth that Sporting SD has, that energy, because they're going to press high. They're going to press on the D-pad and say ultra attacking here in a bit if things don't turn out their way. But here's an opportunity. It's going to be a ball for Sporting. Definitely you would want to make sure you control the ball, control the pace, control the narrative here. Zuniga just booting it in whichever way he can.
Teammate action from Inter there.
And again, once again, you're seeing that high press. You're seeing that high volume defending from Sporting. So if you're Inter, if you're trying to pass the ball and not make mistakes like that, you have to be ready to be pressed quickly and surgically. And you can't always just rely on that defense to bail you out just like it did right there. And now SD Inter will try to move numbers up. Going over to the other side. Now moving up with the through ball attempt. And it's going to be a throw-in for SD Internacional. Seems like in times where they need to be a little bit more patient, wait for numbers to come up for Inter, is when the individual tries to do the individual play. And vice versa. Here comes a chance.
Good chance for Garrett there. Couldn't finish. Couldn't get the header right on.
That D-pad is being pressed. We're going to start seeing a little bit more forward pressing on the defensive end from Sporting SD, who are going to want to put numbers up and put the pressure up. Hopefully, lull Inter into a mistake. Every player for SD Inter now stepping on their own half. Here's a throw-in specialist coming in. Just take a look at this technique. Like it's something definitely worked on. Effortless, it seems. That was just a pass, a hand-to-hand pass from player to goalkeeper, but either way, should be studied, should be taught more. Stoll.
Not the best kick from Stoll.
Not the best kick right now. If you're looking for the sides, if you're trying to boot it up and get this ball up, all you got to do is make sure you get that ball inside of the lines, at least to make sure that you don't automatically give up possession, or just take it a little bit slower. But now, Sporting SD going to be looking to tie this up against SD Internacional. Good pressure here by Los Blancos.
I have the long throw in one more time here.
Different look, different angle, shorter distance.
Hits the back of Ollie.
As you see, a quick strategy on the outside of the field. Sporting SD have now placed a couple of players towards the outside to follow the action. I've never seen this, actually.
I've never seen that either, and it's pretty interesting.
Wonder if there are rules on that. As this cross almost makes a connection and putting Evan Stoll's net in some sort of danger as we move into the 73rd minute of action. 73 minutes have passed, second half. 1-0.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a rule, actually, Tony, where your bench players have to stay on one sideline. I know sometimes they move for different warm-ups.
Either way, it's a smart and intelligent thing to do. Everybody is contributing. It's very efficient. I actually really like that. So here a chance, SD Inter being tested, closing those legs. And this ball yields the groans of a capacity crowd here in Mission Bay High School. Zuniga. Inter trying to get out of their own way, somehow coming out unscathed there. A lot of dangerous passing. Moving on up, numbers in favor of Inter. That pass not making it to its destination. Spaces are being opened, but now a long ball looking for the left wing. And nothing there for Sporting SD. Nothing for anybody, really. Seems like a pillow fight offensively from both teams. That big frame coming in handy. Started ball. A 1v1. And here's a chance and a goal! SD Internacional doubling their score to 2-0.
Tony, and that's what Mark is able to do. I talked about it earlier in the first half, where you have a player that's just a game changer like this, right? Just taking on two players, doing la diagonal matona, and Spencer that's able to finish that off. Perfectly executed from Mark and Spencer. San Diego Inter now up 2-0 with 15 minutes left.
100%. 15 minutes left of regulation. Whatever the referee adds, there will be some movement, I assume, also by Coach Palatok. And there will be a substitution for Sporting SD as well. 2-0. Oh, it's just a substitution for Inter.
It's got to be Mark coming out again, saving those last 15 minutes, getting some rest for tomorrow.
Coach Palatok looking at him like, took you long enough.
Yeah, Mark should have definitely had a couple more in this game.
Inter not out of the woods yet. Sporting have proven to have a spark of energy.
You know what they say about the 2-0?
I don't know. I've never heard anything about the 2-0 scoreline, Chiba.
It's the most dangerous scoreline.
Wow. That is novel information that I've never heard. Did you know that Oscar was the only player to score in the thrashing against Germany in the 2014 World Cup?
Yep, 7-1. Chelsea legend Oscar.
Shot from downtown. That one's going to go ahead and land in Shamu's lair in SeaWorld. Marine animal exhibits of SeaWorld. It is a California cold one today. 60 degrees. Feels like 40 in the shade. I know Mr. Stoll's over in Michigan just laughing it up like, excuse me? It is absolutely frigid. A great play here. Moving forward, moving up with numbers. Sporting SD want to cut this lead in half. A challenge there. Referee says no foul. The referee does say foul. Lucas asking for it on the other side. What a fantastic pass. And the last touch is not ideal.
La que se perdió, Tony. La que se perdió.
By not ideal, I meant it's not good. It's not a good touch. Not a good look. SD Inter could have made this 3-0, really put this one to bed. Edgar not doing well. Zuniga's going to look behind his back. What a beautiful kick by Stoll. Putting the body in there, and if you're Inter, sure, go score another goal. But what should be most important is just don't lose possession of it. Just play this ball, be smart. Cross that goes in.
I agree, Tony. Having the ball is the best sort of defense, to be honest.
Because what's going to happen is Sporting is going to play intensely for the last 10 minutes. If you're just playing cool, calm, collected, and they are running everywhere, make them run, make them expend that last of their energy, your taking care of business. But if you're going to go ahead and miss easy passes or take risks, it's going to turn possession over. They got people waiting on the wings just to give those quick throw-ins. Either way, they're going. If you're a throw-in, you're going to get the ball immediately.
Then we have number 19 coming off. He's the throwing specialist.
Dylan there.
Dylan coming off now. We'll see if Sporting have another throwing specialist, Tony.
No, we don't. That was answered rather immediately here.
It was.
But Sporting still remaining with the ball. Again, anything can happen right now. A quick lightning goal by Sporting makes this a 2-1. For those of you mathletes at home, that would make it 2-1, one goal. 1 + 0 is 1. As we may see a long throw in here. Okay, well, it's not the same, Shiva.
It's not the same.
Dylan's that
special.
guy. You know you've done a good job when your team doesn't give lineups, yet we still know your name for something.
That's true.
Congratulations, Dylan. You're San Diego Punto Football's throw-in of the week. No foul here, just possession. Moving quickly now on the left-hand side, the left wing. Bravely pickpocketed there. Moving forward, ball meets the calf, the absolute trunk of Brent Zuniga. A great long pass here. This can be the end for
La que se perdió otra vez. Number 10 again.
I want to apologize for the lack of finishing here at Mission Bay High School. Hopefully they're getting it out of the way for tomorrow's match here at Mission Bay High School.
No, quítate el número 10.
UPSL side as the Internacional will represent potentially in the Lamar Hunt 2025.
Had that goal gone
Tournaments.
in, Tony, we've I was saying, had that goal gone in, it would have turned into a very interesting event. I mean, fans were not going to be happy, pleading for offsides there.
There's a chance for Inter. That's going to be a corner. It should be a corner.
It's going to be a goal kick.
Before it left. Oh. Family affair here at Mission Bay High School. El Club Infantil. Club Infantil, part of the official supporter group of ST Internacional. Do you know what the official supporter group of ST Inter is called?
What?
I mean, they like it when their team scores as the cross comes here. For Sporting, Zuniga up top. And a chance here for a counterattack. Running like a gazelle, finding a goal kick somehow from that. The official supporter group of ST Internacional, your girlfriend / boyfriend / partner's favorite soccer team, because they like it when their team scores in the net. They're called the Internets.
I cannot stand you.
Internets.
I cannot stand you. Garrett here on the wing.
Good chop here and a great pass, honestly, to the foot. A gentle tap towards the goalkeeper, saying, here you go. We've already scored 2 on you. That is enough. Let's give your team a chance to counterattack, as we see here for Sporting SD. A chance now to put a dent in that 0.
And to put it nicely, I mean, San Diego Internacional is definitely having one of the worst games this season. And, you know, playing like this against a great like East Lake, you're more than likely not going to be advancing to the final.
Context is critical here, as there is a game that's very important in the history of ST Internacional. Tomorrow, as they take on Chula Vista FC here, $8 for admission if you're part of the supporter group, or just say that you heard us on San Diego.Futbol. I'll probably let you in for free. Save yourself 8 buckaroos. A goal here would still make things interesting for Sporting SD. SD Inter looking to defend.
And it's not there.
Been several instances now where a long throw-in would have been very beneficial with the specialists. For Sporting SD is what I'll say. Because yeah, you'll find in the air a certain presence.
Oh, great move here. Did I miss it?
Chance here for ST Inter. Put the ceiling qualities here on a good 2-time stop by the goalkeeper. Again, we'll see how much the referee, in his infinite wisdom of cap, as that was interesting. Mental fatigue, physical fatigue, all types of fatigue that these athletes have had. Now disciplinary fatigue. It's going to yield a yellow card, as it should, unless the referee is taking out a magic spray. And that is going to be a yellow card. There's a free kick chance for Inter as we move past the 90th minute. Solvate. Second attempt sends it into the nearest in and out. Or actually into the former lot of Masi Nissan. Masi Nissan. Inter still trying to put a number up on the goal column, perhaps. Referee says no, play on. Here comes a chance into the box. Nobody there. A diving effort with everything on it into the hands of the goalkeeper. Putting everybody that they can on the upside of the ball. Wouldn't think there should be more added time in the second half than the first half.
A lot of substitutions in the second half for sure.
Correcto. So we're going to keep it here commercial free thanks to our partners over at Smog Express. That's going to be a foul. Sporting SD's ball. And again, Sporting SD need to hurry it up if they really want a chance to tie this up in some capacity. Same channel, you'll find us tomorrow at 6 p.m. We are on the call for the play-in tournament conclusion of San Diego Internacional versus Chula Vista FC for the 2025 Lamar Hunt Open Cup tournament, longest running soccer tournament in the world, as Sporting has a chance to try to get one back, thwarted by the ball. A good individual play here, a good turn, ultimately a great dispossession. Now we see 3v2, 3v2. Good coverage there from the Sporting player. Plenty of space. Out of the 20,000 options, they may have been the worst one to have taken. As the referee in the hat says, that is it. That is the end of the match here at Mission Bay High School. Playoff for UPSL SoCal South action with San Diego Internacional scoring 2. Sporting SD 0. This has been Tony Sanchez along with Alejandro El Chia Villaseñor from San Diego Football. You'll find us here tomorrow, 6 p.m. Lamar Hunt Open Cup. Be a friend, tell a friend. Subscribe.